Well, hello there, guys, and welcome to episode 12 of my IFBB Bikini Prep Series. It is Monday, April 17th. I'm 5 weeks out, and I'm going to be showing you guys my awesome leg workout. It's been over a week since I posted anything on YouTube, so I've decided, Steph, you need to get to this and finally post something. I've just been super busy with all of my client work and my own prep. My cardio has increased and my calories have decreased, and just my time hasn't been in line with what I need to do. But guys, don't worry, I am back. We are going to kill this together, and I'm going to be showing you guys some awesome content from this prep. And you know, I'm just going to be shooting out videos, and I'm going to be just posting them. They might be a week behind, but it's okay. You guys are going to be getting all of my awesome tips and all of my relevant information. Throughout this video, I'm going to do a voiceover over my workout, and I'm going to be showing you guys all my little tips on, my workout and, just everything in general. So let's get this started. I usually like to start my workout with a little bit of cardio. Not really cardio, it's more like a warm-up. I don't really count this for my minutes of cardio, so this is usually like 5 minutes long. I basically like to run or walk just to get like my heart rate going and just getting some kind of sweat going on, even though I don't sweat, so it's good.
All right, on her way to the gym. She decided to run to the gym today. She should be there in about 3 minutes. She's going very slow, as you can tell. She only has that little space to go, and it's gonna take her 3 minutes to get there. She's not getting very far.
And yes, my cameraman is Joseph Migliori, aka at JMig17, and he will be doing some obnoxious commentary over this video as well, as you guys saw on the last clip. So basically, I'm just starting out with some calf raises. The main thing with calf raises is to not think of it as pushing with your toes, but as in, lifting your heels. And what that does, it really activates. At this point of the prep, I am focused on using higher rep counts to be able to burn more calories while I'm working out. For example, in this laying down hamstring curl exercise, I am going for about 20 reps, but obviously if I can do more than 20, I'm gonna go ahead and go. And luckily I had Joe there with me, and he coached me through this exercise. So basically, whenever I do legs, I typically tend to focus mostly on my hamstrings and my glutes. So right now I am doing a single leg side bent leg press machine kick thingy-majigger press. I apologize for my prep brain and the beautiful faces that I'm currently making. Regardless, so back to the exercise. One of the things that I don't like about this machine is that I can't go all the way down. Like, that's as far as my leg can bend. As you can see, I'm not going under 90 degrees. But what I do is I really focus on squeezing that glute as hard as I can and doing it, having it squeezed the whole time and making that mind connection. And what that does is it really targets it, and I don't even have to go that heavy. I think I'm using around like 100 pounds when doing these. And I am back on the laying hamstring curl machine, but this time I'll be doing it single leg. I honestly do not like the seated hamstring curl at this crunch because it's not leveled right, so one leg does more work than the other, so I mainly just focus on staying on this machine. Sometimes this machine does get me a little dizzy, but luckily today was a good day and I wasn't dizzy. Shout out to Joe for making me this awesome fan shirt, so thank you, I appreciate it. For this exercise, I set up 4 different kettlebells and set them up so I could do a drop set of stiff leg deadlifts. I did them to like pretty much failure, and that's a lie. I did 20 reps per thing, and I just went down. Started with the heaviest one and went all the way to the lightest one, and it's actually 5 of them, not 4. Once I was done with it, I would take maybe a 1 to 2 minute break and then start again, but I would start with the smallest one, working my way up to the heaviest one. And I did that back and forth 4 times. With these, what you want to do is make sure that your knees are slightly bent. You never want to keep them completely stiff. You want to keep your back straight, leveled, and you want to make sure that you're feeling it on your hamstring the whole time and kind of closer to your glute. Notice how like my legs are spaced out apart and my toes are out. That kind of like hits more of the side of my glute and the side of my hamstring when I do this exercise. So, you know, once again, that mind-muscle connection is very important. Moving on to one of my favorite machines here at the Tampa Crunch, and this one is an assisted pull-up machine, but I use it for the glutes. Yes, that's right, for the glutes. So what I basically do is I use it as a standing leg press, and I take it, you know, as high as I can take, up as I can. I try to break 90 degrees most of the time, and what I do is like at the top of the movement, I squeeze as hard as I can, and I push down and kind of like bring my hips forward. And what that does is like it really targets the glute, and it really targets that tie-in line, which is something that I, you know, as you guys heard over and over again, this is something that I need to work on. So this is one of my favorite machines, and there's still flexing. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the workout, I'm trying to keep the intensity as high as I can, so I try to include a lot of plyos. So these are one of those where I do walking lunges, and I do use kettlebells. These are around like 35 pounds each, and these are pretty difficult. All the other weeks I've been doing on the Smith machine, but I've decided, you know what, I need to like focus on something a little bit different, something that's going to keep me moving and keep my heart rate up the whole time. And these are fairly difficult. So what I did with these is I added in a little bit more, and I did some stiff leg deadlifts. So I did around 20 reps of everything, and I focused on doing 4 sets of everything as well. And you know, it was just pretty much just doing everything at a higher rep and at a lower weight as well. So it was just boom, 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 and keeping that heart rate up, keeping that sweat on, and you know, getting it done essentially. So, boom. Next.
Wow, I definitely got to capture this rare occurrence. Is she racking her weights? Is she actually racking her weights, ladies and gentlemen?
I rack my weights, I just sometimes forget.
Oh shit, do that again. Oh damn, look at that striations. You can see all the fascicles.
About what?
You can see all the fascicles.
I don't know, it hasn't been that bad of a workout.
You have to admit, pretty good. You were sweaty and stuff. I saw you.
No, I do not sweat.
Look how shiny she is. She's lying.
Yeah, so my motivation wasn't as high whenever I started this workout, so I was able to, you know, finish it strong and, you know, do everything I could, and luckily Joe was there to push me through it all. So I'm finishing it off with some abductors, and actually did a few more exercises that weren't filmed in this clip. So this is just like a little preview of everything that I did. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish this up, and get my last 20 minutes of cardio finished. So I will see you guys at the Q&A, very short Q&A that I did, and that'll be the end of this voiceover. Goodbye, guys. Hello, guys, and welcome to the Q&A that you guys have all been waiting for. Woo! It is April 20th, and it is Thursday? So happy 420 for those of you who celebrate. So on 4 days ago, I posted this lovely picture of myself, and I asked you guys questions. So lucky for me, not many of you responded. Maybe because the picture wasn't too like conveying of the fact that it was going to be a Q&A. So this will hopefully be short. But I did get some DMs too, because I also posted it on my DM, and I got, on my story, and then I got some DMs. So I'll be responding to that. All right, let's get started. Number 1, okay, Hippo. When are we hanging out? Is my question. When you come to Tampa. He like told me, like he was, he's so cute. He like pretty much like commented on my last post, like, where is the Q&A? Blah, blah, blah. So here you go. So come to Tampa and we can hang out. All right, next question from Sasha. Yo, my question is, what do you struggle with the most during prep? What is the hardest thing for you to overcome and deal with? The hardest thing for me, honestly, is overcoming pain and not listening to my body. So there has been times where, you know, I've had injuries, or, you know, like I've been hurting, and, you know, just, you know, with my head, I'm like, no, Steph, you need to keep pushing, you need to keep pushing. But it comes to the time where you should stop, analyze, and see, you know, is it smart for you to push on? And, you know, I've done it where I've kept pushing on and just gotten hurt, and honestly that's just giving me a bigger step back. So sometimes you just need to listen to your body and, you know, realize and know when, you know, pushing to the limit is the right decision, and, you know, will it hurt you or not. So that is my biggest struggle when it comes to prep. All right, how awesome is K Fit? K Fit is pretty awesome, and he lied to me, and he told me he was gonna come down here 3 weeks ago, and he's still not here. So, all right. Let's see. Next question. Isaac Mag 93. How do you stop comparing yourself to other competitors? Any tips with dealing with anxiety? So when it comes to comparing yourself to other competitors, honestly, stop. Don't look up hashtags that, you know, that are from the show. Don't look at other people. Look at yourself and look at what you need to improve on. Some girls are going to have bigger delts. Some girls are going to have bigger butts. And, you know, it is what it is. Like, there are things that you can fix, but sometimes they take time. And there's some other things that you can't do anything about. Like, you may have a smaller waist, you know, great for you, but you may also have like a blockier waist, and there's not much you can do about it. Or, you know, like you may need more cardio than somebody else, whatever the case may be. Everyone's a little different, so you shouldn't care to look at other people. Just compare yourself and make yourself the one that you need to beat each time. Whatever you do, put it in your head, you know, like, I need to give 100%. And the next part of the question was, how do you deal with anxiety? I do get very anxious at times, especially during my training, and when I know that I can't do something at 100%, which I've talked about in the past. What I usually do is, one of my biggest tips that I've like found recently is, I got 2 tips for that. Do your cardio in the morning, if you have cardio, which you should, but do your cardio in the morning, and that will help you, you know, get the endorphins out, and, you know, just like, at least for me, it just detoxes me. It just makes me feel better. And tip number 2, like, don't take everything too seriously. Like, okay, so give everything 100%, but don't, you know, don't be like, oh, you know, don't let things bother you that shouldn't be bothering you. So if, you know, you come home and someone ate your food, yeah, that will piss you off. But, you know, like, just chill and just be like, okay, I need to go and get my food done. Like, don't let things, like, stress you out. Just clear your head and, you know, let things go by. You know, things are going to work out at the end. So just give it your all and don't get stressed. Okay, so from KDP0913. What food have you been craving the most during prep? So, funny story, I usually don't crave foods. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because once the time comes by where I can have a cheat meal, especially like after the show, I'm always struggling to figure out what I'm gonna eat. And it becomes terrible because I'm like, I don't know what I want, and it just bothers me. But this time, so usually like during prep, my cravings aren't too bad. Honestly, like this prep, I've craved gummy bears, like the sour gummy, like worms, because I had it right in front of my face, and I was like, ooh, I could want one, but like I didn't have it. And then I saw a picture of a burger, and it looked bomb, and it was really good, but you know, like it's not like, I don't know, it's weird. I don't mean to brag, but I don't usually get cravings. Like, you know, they kind of be like, oh, I really, you know, I would want that, but it's okay if I don't have it. Like, it's okay. It's from Noah, now watch me lift. What's your fave to train? I would say shoulders. Those are always fun, and you know, it's my weakest area, so I gotta do it. Are you Egyptian? No. I am. My parents are Cuban. I was born in Colombia, and I lived in Venezuela for 10 years before moving to the United States. Okay, here's the question. How long do you wait for progress when prepping? When prepping for a show to adjust your macros. So basically, when it comes to prepping for a show, you want to be able to change a few variables, and the main variables that you want to switch around are your food and your cardio. So you want to change either one or the other. You usually don't want to change both. Like, you kind of want to like wait until they level off. And I usually wait to adjust things whenever we kind of hit a plateau, and you know, we're not seeing as much of a jump that we're wanting to see. And it all depends on, you know, the person and how far they are from the show and so on. Okay, so how do you get your legs down so quickly? My legs are the last things to go, so that's not a good observation, guys. Just kidding. Basically, you know, a good way, you know, if you're a girl, obviously, a lot of girls hold a lot of their weight on their legs. A lot of their fat stores on their legs. One of the biggest tips is just doing plyos, doing a lot of jump squats, and, you know, doing sprints and cardio usually. And then, you know, once you add in your diet too and start like going at a bigger deficit, everything will kind of lean out as well. Some things take longer than others, but you know, don't get discouraged and just trust the process. Do you play Battlefield 1? That's the best current game. No, I do not play Battlefield. I play Mario 64. Hey, on Nintendo 64. Okay, so I did have a calorie cut on Tuesday. Today's Friday, and tomorrow is my check-ins on Friday. So I had a calorie cut, and someone was asking me where my calories are at. I still don't know. It's not a really good answer. I'm sorry. I pretty much dropped 300 calories from what I'm eating. So pretty much a cup was taken out of my diet and 8 grams of fat. So total was like 50 grams of carbs and 8 grams of fat were taken out of my diet plan now that I am 5 weeks out. So I'm fine. I thought I was gonna like struggle with it and die, but I didn't. I'm still alive and I'm still well. So, all right guys, so this was the Q&A. I'm so sorry it wasn't as long as I was hoping for, but it's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the workout that I showed you guys earlier. And then next episode is gonna be a check-in and then another workout. And then the next one after that, it's going to be another full day of eating. So you guys are going to see my new diet changes and where I'm at. So thank you guys for watching. And I hope you guys like this video. And I hope I answered the questions that you guys wanted me to answer. And I will see you guys on the next episode.